In breaking news, US officials say they are now confident the passenger plane that came down in Tehran was shot down by an Iranian missile. Spy satellite imagery suggests that the Boeing airliner that crashed shortly after takeoff was not due to a mechanical failure. The Ukraine International Airlines jet had just taken off from Tehran when it rapidly lost altitude. All 176 passengers and crew on board died. US President Donald Trump says something very terrible happened, and it's only a matter of time until the flight records are released.
I have my suspicions. It was very, I don't want to say that because other people have those suspicions also. It's a tragic thing when I see that. It's a tragic thing. But somebody could have made a mistake on the other side. Could have made a mistake. It was flying. It was flying in not our system. No, it has nothing to do with us. It was flying in a pretty rough neighborhood, and somebody could have made a mistake. Some people say it was mechanical. I personally don't think that's even a question, personally. So we'll see what happens. At some point, they'll release the black box. Ideally, they'd get it to Boeing, but if they gave it to France or if they gave it to some other country, that would be okay, too. I think, ideally, that will be released. I have a feeling that it's just something very terrible happened.
The incident occurred just hours after Iran launched a missile attack on US military bases in Iraq. Iranian authorities are refusing to hand over flight records from the plane's black box, fueling uncertainty over the cause of the crash.
Yesterday, the Iranian authorities initially said that they believed a technical failure had brought that airline down, with losing the lives of 176 people. But obviously, it was lost on nobody, the extraordinary timing of that crash, coming just hours after Iran had launched that barrage of ballistic missiles against US targets in Iraq across the border. Now, the airline took off about several hours after that volley of attacks happened, but then came crashing down to ground, and there was a lot of bemusement amongst aircraft experts as to how an airline that was being flown by an experienced crew. It was a relatively new aircraft, only 3 years old, and had just passed its safe to fly test again update. Why that would suddenly have had such a catastrophic failure of a technical problem. Reports coming from the United States, from US media, quoting US Pentagon and intelligence officials, saying that they believe actually this airline was shot down by an Iranian missile.